Hello everyone, I'm Lauren Meister, Mayor of the City of West Hollywood. On behalf of the West Hollywood City Council, I thank you for joining us for this virtual commemoration of Veterans Day. We're sorry we can't be with all of you at Sal Guariello Veterans Memorial, however, we are with you in spirit. Hopefully we'll be together next year. This year's theme will be honoring women veterans. We are excited to have a keynote speaker from the Foundation for Women Warriors. I want to personally thank all of the veterans and their families for their service and sacrifice. We appreciate you for what you've done for our country so that we and future generations can enjoy our freedom. I hope this Veterans Day brings love, hope, and peace. Now I'd like to introduce longtime West Hollywood resident Andy Harlan. He's the founder of Vietnam Veterans in the Media. He was also Veteran of the Year in 2016 in District 50, and he's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good morning, West Hollywood. Happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day, America. My name is Andy Harlan. I am co-chairman of the Sal Guariello Veterans Memorial Committee here in West Hollywood. Would you please join us in our annual Pledge of Allegiance to the flag for our 18th anniversary. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On behalf of the Sal Guariello Veterans Memorial Committee, thank you for joining us today. Thank you to the City of West Hollywood, the City Council, Parks and Recreation, and you, the citizens of West Hollywood and America. Thank you for joining us today. It is an honor and it is a privilege to have you be with us for our 18th anniversary. And please stay safe.
Now, if we could please have a moment of silence to remember those who lost their lives serving our country.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. In the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Now I'd like to acknowledge my council colleagues, Mayor Pro Tem Sepi Shyne, Councilmember John D'Amico, Councilmember John Erickson, and Councilmember Lindsey Horvath.
Hi, I'm Mayor Pro Tem Sepi Shyne. My dog Chloe and I want to wish you all a happy Veterans Day. You veterans are so important to us. You've put your neck out on the line, you've sacrificed so much, and today is our day to really celebrate you and to thank you and our families for all that you've done for our country. Happy Veterans Day.
Hi, I'm here at the Gateway to West Hollywood to thank you for participating in today's Veterans Day celebration. And to the Foundation for Women Warriors, thank you for all you do. Thank you for your service. Our veterans, for more than 250 years, have been the point of the spear for justice and freedom and making this American experiment work and saving democracy around the world. To all of you and for all you do, thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. It's Councilmember John Erickson, and I want to thank everyone for attending the city's virtual Veterans Day program and send a special thank you to today's keynote speaker from the Foundation for Women Warriors. Here at the City of West Hollywood, we are especially proud of our veteran community, and I want to thank everyone for their service. I remember stories of my grandmother and my grandparents telling me about their time in the military and all the sacrifices that they have made. And I'm thankful to those stories and to what they did to achieve the equalities that I so enjoy today. This year's theme deals with honoring women's veterans. If we are to truly honor women's veterans, we must make sure that today and every day we're recommitting ourselves to being advocates to help women who statistically are 3 times likely to experience this, homelessness and poverty, in addition to women veterans facing higher rates of PTSD, depression, and suicide. So I not only want to thank all of you who today are a part of this program, but I want to ensure everyone that the city, along with myself, will make sure that we're doing our part to end these horrible stigmas, to ensure that everyone, no matter who you are and no matter what walk of life you come from, can enjoy the fruits that we all want and what we fight for every day here in the city of West Hollywood. Thank you so much and enjoy the program.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lindsey Horvath, and it's an honor to serve as your council member here in the city of West Hollywood. I want to wish everyone a happy Veterans Day, especially to our veterans and their loved ones who have personally seen sacrifice in service to our freedoms. Many of you know the story of my family's involvement in the military, and you heard my cousin's story last year. I want to thank our mayor for this year's focus on female veterans who are so often overlooked and who face compounded challenges in their service and in their safety. And I appreciate the organizations that have dedicated their work and service to helping these women do their jobs and be protected along the way. It is extraordinarily important that we take time to recognize our veterans, not just one day a year, but thinking about each and every day what their service and sacrifice has meant, and knowing what it means to us, what we're willing to do to honor their service when they come home, making sure that we provide services and support, housing, conversation and community. We know that so many servicemen and women, so many of our service members have experienced trauma and hardship that many of us will never know. And so for all of these reasons and more, we thank you for the sacrifices that you have given to us, to our community, and to our country. And we thank you for the work that you continue to do. I am honored to be part of today's recognition, and I hope you enjoy today's program. Thank you.
Let's welcome LA County Supervisor Sheila Kuehl.
Hi, I'm LA County Supervisor Sheila Kuehl, and I represent the county's 3rd district, which includes not only the great city of West Hollywood, but stretches from Venice up the coast to Malibu, east to Los Feliz, and over the hill, including almost the entire San Fernando Valley. I'm really, really happy to join you today to lift up and celebrate women veterans. Women were given the legal right to serve in the military back in 1948. But women vets remain a relatively invisible segment of our veteran community, despite the fact that women represent about 16% of the active duty force, and the U.S. is home to more than 2 million women veterans. The number of women in military service is growing, but their needs often go unrecognized. Today, women vets are the fastest growing segment of homeless veterans. They have a higher unemployment rate than their male counterparts and a lower median income. So we have to do a lot better in meeting all veterans' needs, including women. I was happy to see that the House Veterans Affairs Subcommittee held a hearing last month about service women's needs. That's a start. And so is West Hollywood's decision to celebrate the contributions and the service of our 2 million female veterans. Happy Veterans Day.
I'd like to welcome our State Assembly Member, Richard Bloom of the 50th District.
Hi folks, I'm Richard Bloom. I would like to send a heartfelt thank you to the veterans who are still with us and who are important members of our community. This Veterans Day, I'm thinking about our veterans and the sacrifices they made to ensure the peace we enjoy in our daily lives. As a student of history, I know of the battles in faraway places around the globe where young Americans, many of whom had never left the United States before, went to defend our American ideals of freedom and democracy. There will always be healthy discussion around the circumstances and reasoning for war, but what is indisputable is the valor and bravery shown by our young men, women, and non-binary members of the United States Armed Forces. I'd like to take a moment to highlight women veterans who in fact are the fastest growing veteran group and often lack access to critical health services available to other veterans. Their contributions to this great nation should never be forgotten. As your Assembly member, I have worked to expand access to housing for thousands of our veterans who may be experiencing homelessness or are housing insecure. I have supported multiple policies and programs targeted to benefit veterans related to DMV and increasing access to our state parks. Veterans have earned the right to come home and live a dignified life with the same privileges that we all enjoy. I challenge you all today to ask yourself what you can do to show your appreciation to America's veterans. You may hire a veteran or support a veteran-focused organization. Something as simple as asking a veteran how they're doing or just thanking them for their service. Let's work together to ensure that veterans find the same peace at home that they have guaranteed to us. I would like to give a shout out to my good friend and Vietnam veteran, Andy Harland, who is a strong advocate for veterans and has worked to organize this event in the past. Happy Veterans Day, West Hollywood, and thank you for your service.
I'd like to introduce State Senator Ben Allen of the 26th District.
Well, hi everyone, I'm Ben Allen, and I'm honored to represent West Hollywood in the California State Senate. Of course, this is our opportunity to celebrate Veterans Day together, to commemorate Veterans Day together. Usually we'd be in person at that beautiful memorial. I've been there many times on Santa Monica Boulevard, but this is the world we live in. But this is a moment for us to reflect and express some gratitude for all of those men and women who stepped up and served, and for whom many times when they came home to the United States from wherever they weren't always afforded the same level of gratitude and respect and support that they had earned during their time in uniform. We're spending time today specifically looking at the challenges faced by so many of our female veterans. A couple years ago, I was able to honor Amy Ziering, a great filmmaker, as our Woman of the Year for the Senate district that I represent. And Amy, among other things, did an incredible film called The Invisible War about sexual assault in the military. And it was a real clarion call. Unfortunately, it's led to some changes in the military on that difficult issue, but there's still so much more to be done. Female veterans face higher challenges of homelessness, mental health challenges, sexual assault challenges, both in the military and afterwards. And these are all things we need to take very seriously and really commit ourselves to fight to address so that we really will so as to really do right by these incredibly brave people, these brave women and brave men who stepped up to serve us and to fight for our country. So let's take a moment to think of them and to double our efforts to do right by the veterans in our midst.
I'd like to introduce Congressman Adam Schiff of the 28th District.
Hello, I'm Congressman Adam Schiff, proudly representing California's 28th Congressional District. And today I want to wish all those who have served our nation in uniform a happy Veterans Day. Veterans and service members represent the best that America has to offer. Their courage, patriotism, and willingness to put everything on the line to defend our country and uphold our values deserve nothing less than our utmost respect and gratitude. That is why we must never stop working to ensure that when they return home, these brave individuals have what they need to thrive in civilian life. As always, I want to send a special thank you today to my favorite veteran, my father Ed, who served in the U.S. Army in the mid-1940s. And to all of our veterans, service members, and their families, thank you.
Now I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker. Jodie M. Grenier is the Chief Executive Officer of Foundation for Women Warriors, a 100-year-old nonprofit organization that honors and empowers women veterans in their transition to civilian life. Foundation for Women Warriors, under Jodie's leadership, has transformed into California's preeminent women veteran service agency, committed to empowering the resilience and professional development of women veterans. Prior to joining Foundation for Women Warriors, Jodie was an intelligence advisor for the Marine Corps Battle Simulation Center in Camp Pendleton, California, where she provided unit commanders, Marines, and sailors intelligence collection training in preparation for deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan. Please give a warm welcome to Jodie Grenier.
Hi, everyone, and happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans. My name is Jodie Grenier, and I'm the CEO of Foundation for Women Warriors. We are a 101-year-old nonprofit organization dedicated to enhancing the personal and economic well-being of women veterans and their families. Each year, we serve 1,100 women and children all throughout Southern California. Our programs provide emergency financial assistance to help with rent, car repairs, utilities. We also provide childcare assistance to ensure that women veterans who are working and in school have access to affordable childcare so they can thrive and meet their educational and professional goals. Because of COVID, we recently launched 2 warehouses. We have a small distribution center in LA County, and we also have another one in North County, San Diego. At these distribution centers, we provide women veterans with things like cribs, car seats, diapers, baby wipes, and formula. It's just another way that we're offsetting their monthly costs so that they and their families can be financially stable. As women's roles have evolved, we have evolved to meet their needs. Where we once started off as a housing association way back in 1920 in West LA, today our programs ensure that women who transition from the military continue to thrive and continue to impact the world. I myself served in the Marine Corps from 2000 to 2005. I joined right out of high school and left just 4 days after I graduated high school. My service in the Marine Corps completely changed the trajectory of my life. As an intelligence analyst, I deployed to Iraq twice. Back to back, initially went into Iraq during the invasion of Iraq, and then I served from 2004 to 2005, all in West Al Anbar, in Ramadi, Fallujah, and Al-Qaim. As an intelligence analyst, this provided me the opportunity to ensure that our troops on the ground received the most up-to-date real-time information to mitigate threats. I worked with Division G2 and worked for General Natanskis and General Mattis. The skills that I learned in the Marine Corps continue to guide me today. Leadership, critical thinking, resourcefulness, and the resilience of pushing through and ensuring that those around me have everything that they need to succeed. The work that we do at Foundation for Women Warriors is deeply personal. When I transitioned out of the military in 2005, there were very few programs focused on the transition of veterans. There were even fewer focused on women veterans. Here at Foundation for Women Warriors, I'm able to ensure that women don't feel alone, that they do have a support network, and that they're able to meet their own personal needs while achieving the goals that they set out for themselves. There's nothing more inspiring than to see someone who served their country go on to live the life that they fought for. When I transitioned out, I felt a bit alone, and not everyone necessarily recognized my service. I was often met with questions as to whether I served on par with my male counterparts, to which I answer, yes, indeed I did, as did so many of the women that we serve here at Foundation for Women Warriors. This Veterans Day, I encourage you to look up the history of women who served well before they even had the opportunity to vote. Women disguised themselves during the Revolutionary War to provide battle care to the wounded. They went on to World War I to be telephone operators. And even during World War II, we had an all-Black women's unit that went overseas to clear the backlog of mail to ensure that our troops were receiving letters from home. And anyone that served in the military knows how important that is. Women have been at the forefront of ensuring our national security for years and years and years. This Veterans Day, I want to say Happy Veterans Day to each and every veteran that put their life on the line and signed a blank check. And a special Happy Veterans Day to the women past and present who continue to serve our country honorably. Thank you so much for attending today. And please learn more about our organization, Foundation for Women Warriors, by visiting our website at foundationforwomenwarriors.org. Thank you all so much.
Thank you for joining us for our Veterans Day program. We'll see you next year.